Starbucks workers are continuing the fight against exploitation by their employer with new elections being filed by workers, it seems like every single week. This week, a new election petition was filed by workers at a Seattle location where company headquarters is located. It's not the actual, I don't think it's the founding location or whatever, but that's their city, Seattle. According, again, to Dave Jameson, a labor reporter for the Huffington Post, there are now 3 new elections filed in the Buffalo area. 1 in Mesa, Arizona, 2 in Boston, and 1 in Seattle. This is huge. I mean, that's 7 union elections at Starbucks locations across the country, from sea to shining sea, from Seattle to Buffalo, New York. That is a lot more difficult for an employer to fight off 7 union elections than it is to fight off 1 union election. And why is it? Of course, while it may seem like a company has unlimited resources and compared to somebody like you or I, Howard Schultz does have, unlimited resources. But when you start stretching those resources across 7 locations, from literally the East Coast to the West Coast, you are eventually going to stretch those resources thin. And they only have, resources only do so much. They only have so many executives that they can send in to badger these employees. They only have so many lawyers on retainer. They can only bring in Howard Schultz so often, right? And tell his workers that they work in a Holocaust center. This is fantastic, and the more locations that we see, especially right now, as so many are filing for elections, this is the time to do. I mean, for just a consortium of reasons, this is the time to do it. But for Starbucks specifically, while you've got 7 other locations going, if you're a Starbucks employee and you've been thinking about unionizing, now is the time. Workers across the country have got Starbucks on their heels. They have won 1 election. By all accounts, it looks like they will win a 2nd, and they lost a 3rd. They are 2 for 3, and now they have 7 more elections. Over the next couple of months, we could be looking at 6 or 7 union Starbucks across the country. This is a big deal. So, like I said, if you are a Starbucks worker under the sound of my voice and you're listening to this, you need to get in touch with Workers United. They are an SEIU affiliate. They are the union that the Starbucks workers across the country, all of these locations, are working with. And so it is not too late to become the first Starbucks location to have an election in the South. So contact Workers United, the union that the Starbucks workers have chosen to affiliate with in the South. You can do that here. S-Region Unite at bellsouth.net or call 779-306-8856. Of course, if you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to the show. You can DM us on Facebook or Twitter. We'll do what we can to walk you through the process and get you connected to the right people. And if anybody from Workers United is listening and has a campaign in the area, this one for Starbucks or any other campaign for that matter, consider this an open invitation to talk about this campaign or any other. We always want to publicize stories like this as much as we can. So absolutely. And folks, if they can do it in Buffalo, they can do it in Alabama, in Mississippi, in Georgia, right, and across the South. It's possible. And I'd love to see it happen. 2022 needs to be the year that the South rocks Starbucks. That's right. That's right. Support for this program also comes from the Iron Workers, Local 477. So if you are looking for contractors with lower than average EMR and TRIR, They tell me that if you need to know what those mean, then you will. Or if you need to supplement a workforce at any level for any amount of time, short or long term, if you need iron workers that come trained and certified at no extra cost, or if you need workers from superintendent down to general laborer, and you're looking to start work on a project, or you're unhappy with your current contractor situation, you need to call my friend Jeb Miles with the Iron Workers Local 477. They only work with the best in the business, vetted contractors, and can do all kinds of jobs from roofing to steel and bridge erection, from welding to heavy rigging, from structural repairs to machinery alignment, and much more. They supply manpower on 4 of the 5 largest projects in North Alabama, so you know they're legit. If you need good quality, safe, efficient, diligent, and knowledgeable workers on your job, then you need the Iron Workers Local 477. Call Jeb Miles at 256-383-3334 or via email at local477@bellsouth.net, and make sure you tell them that you heard about them on the Valley Labor Report.